Olongapo is a city of contrasts. While highly urbanized, it retains much of its natural beauty. A deep water harbor, windswept mountains, and lush rainforests. Once the site of a U.S. naval base, it is now home to the bustling Subic Bay Freeport Zone and the new SM Mall. An investment hub and a city known for its innovative methods of urban management, it is also home to its first settlers, the Aita, an indigenous people who still live very much the way their ancestors used to. Olongapo's cuisine is also one of contrasts, ranging from the indigenous food of the Aita to Asian and Spanish influences, and of course, hearty American food. We will learn more about Olongapo's unique culinary tradition in this special edition of My City, My SM, My Cuisine. We will also make stops in the homes of prominent families from Olongapo, who will share with us their prized heirloom recipes, as well as secrets to a successful food business. Hello, I'm Cora Alvina, your guide to My City, My SM, My Cuisine. People with a proud sense of regional identity have brought forth Philippine regional cuisine. Our scattered archipelagic geography sustains varied cultures and distinct cuisines. Culinary styles evolved among the major regions of the archipelago, the variations traceable to our rich natural resources and to the gustatory tendencies and communal practices of families and communities. Contact with foreigners also flavored native cooking practices. My City, My SM, My Cuisine is a joint project between SM and the Philippine Star. It aims to help us rediscover our rich culinary heritage by retrieving, identifying, and promoting traditional food and cooking techniques. This is food heritage conservation at its very best. Once a small fishing village, Olongapo derives its name from Ulo ng Apo, which means head of the chief. The fascinating history of Olongapo goes back to its early settlers, the Aitas, one of the country's indigenous peoples who live on foothills and mountainous regions of Luzon, including Zambales. Aita culture is rich, and like that of most indigenous cultures, inspired by their surrounding environment. This holds true with their food. Bananas and root vegetables such as cassava and yams are common in Aita cuisine. But one dish to highlight here is bamboo rice. Traditionally, the Aita cook their rice by steaming a bamboo tube filled with rice and water. Once cooked, the bamboo is split open, releasing the natural aroma of its filling. The rice has a hint of bamboo flavor, which gives it a very fresh and organic taste. Binungay, in the local dialect, means cooked in bamboo. The element of culture that distinguishes the Aita from the rest of Filipinos is their love for and dependence upon the forest. They gather honey during the rainy season and trap baboy damo or wild pig and labuyo or wild chicken all year round. The Aita are traditionally known as a hunting and gathering people, and they are the most skilled of jungle survivors. This skill did not escape the Americans. We are in the mountainous part of the Subic Bay area, in a place called Jungle Environmental Survival Training Camp, or JEST. U.S. military personnel learned a lot of warfare and survival techniques in this very same forest from our indigenous people during Vietnam War. We are privileged this afternoon to have with us Mr. Mike Recacho, second generation Aita and Vice Chairman of the Agta Federasyon ng Olongapo. He will share with us stories of the people and the food that he grew up with. Magandang hapon, Manong Mike, Kuya Mike.
Oh, madam.
Salamat po for having us in your forest. Ano po ang maikakwento nyo sa amin tungkol sa inyong naging buhay dito?
Kasi po, nung mga panahon po ng aming mga ninuno, tinamaan na po sa amin itong mga ganitong lutuin.
Okay.
Lalong-lalo na po nung mga panahon ng digmaan. Tinuro din pa po nila ito sa mga Amerikano, sa maraming lasyon din po na pumupunta rito sa Subic.
Okay.
Para maisir naman po ang kaalaman ng mga katutubo dito po sa Olongapo.
Pero ano po naman itong ating lulutuin ngayong hapon? Ano pong ipapakita ninyo sa amin?
Ito po yung tinatawag namin naman ng tinula po sa buho.
Tinola sa buho. So ang pagluluto po natin ngayong hapon ay sa buho gagawin.
Ito po yung bali po kasi tinola po siya. Kailangan ang tatak po ng tinola, mayroon po siyang papaya. At the same time, mayroon po rin po siyang luya. Pero yung native na ano po talaga, ito po talaga yung magbibigay aroma.
Ano po yan?
Ito po yung tanglad.
Tanglad.
Ito lang po yung sibuyas natin para maano niya po yung lansa ng manok. Iniihaw muna namin po yung manok.
Iihawin bago itinola?
Bago po
Ay, masarap siguro ang lasa niyan. Sige po. Paano po natin mag-uumpisa?
Sige po.
Nakakamangha at tayo ay nakapagluto na ng dalawang uri ng ulam po ito.
Opo.
At yung pangatlo po ay kanin.
Kanin po.
Kanin.
Nakita nyo naman po kanina, sinulog muna po natin yung kolesterol ng manok.
Ayun po ba?
Natin sa gulo.
I see. Pwede ko kaya nating makita kung ano ang laman nito?
Opo.
Paano po ba iniluluwas o nilalabas
Ganito
mula
po
sa
yan.
kawayan?
Ganito po siya. Kung titignan nyo, napakasimple lang po. Ipiti lang po natin yung kawayan. Ganyan po.
Okay.
Tapos, taktak lang po natin.
Ayun. Ayun. Ako'y titikim ng sabaw. Napakalinamnam po. Itong isa po, ano ito?
Ganon din po yan.
Ganon din po.
Ito po yung bigas po natin.
Pakilagay lang po dito at nang makita natin ang husto. Paano po ngayon natin bubuksan yan?
Dito po yung isang kasama natin, si Jopel.
Ay, Jopel, pakibukas.
Okay, sa pagbukas po ng rice cooker natin na kawayan,
Rice cooker.
tagayin natin ng 3 beses sa bandang ibaba.
Tapos,
Bibiyakin. Okay, taas na po natin ha.
okay. Wow.
Okay, nakita po ninyo, bilog na pahaba.
Titigman ko po yung kanin. Kaiba po yung lasa. Lasa po siyang malinis. May konting yung linamnam nung kawayan. Maraming salamat po. At siguro po ay ipagpatuloy natin itong pagkukwentuhan tungkol sa pagkain katutubo at saka pamamaraan ng pagluto. Maraming salamat po. are in one of the best of Olongapo City's hotel, the By the Sea Resort Hotel. The multicultural influences of the city can be seen in its cuisine. This hotel is owned by Ramon del Rosario, and we are joined today by his two daughters who will share their Mongolian barbecue with us. Marie Antoinette Maan del Rosario Tan and Mary Diorella Jelly del Rosario. Thank you very much for having us here. Thank you, and I shall be calling you by your first name.
Yeah, we'd love to hear that too.
Tell us about your version of the Mongolian barbecue.
So our Mongolian barbecue, it's been with us for 25 years now. So it's the longest running Mongolian barbecue here in Olongapo. And we've been having it for the past 25 years, every Friday at 6 to 9 p.m. And it's all you can. So first, we start with piling up your plate. So
Piling up your plate. Let's
pile up our plate with like veggies and then meat, and then you choose your own like whatever, like choose your own food adventure.
Okay.
So we start with like let's bean sprouts, and then this one it's up to you if you want more veggies.
And what are
Be
these?
strategic about it, so
this is-
the ingredients don't fall off the plate.
Okay. So
Sayote, and then we have the carrots, and then we have the onion leeks, and then we have tomatoes, and then the onions. If you're an onion person, you can have more. And then we have after the veggies, you can choose your meats. Like we have squid, we have like fish fillet.
are these sourced here, the seafood?
Yes,
Because you're by the sea?
yes. And then we have the chicken and the pork. So in this case, I will let my sister Jen to be the one to season the.
All right.
Okay, with this one, I want a little bit of everything. This one is special also. Some spice, not spice.
Yeah, is that very hot?
Spice or light? No, not this. Spicy.
And nuts?
Yep.
Sesame seeds.
Seeds, yep.
So it's today the first quick fried, stir-fried in butter.
And it's always important to season in the beginning.
Okay. The salt and pepper to taste.
Yep. As a kid, I would remember me and my dad would cook fried rice at home.
But the Mr. Del Rosario, who owns the place, does cook.
Yeah.
He does.
And then add in.
Oh, it's just in one blow, everything else. So it's two stages, the meats
Yep.
and then the rest.
Maybe add some more.
A little bit. And it's rather difficult to make a mistake here because you can always adjust, add veggies, add protein, add your sauces.
So there you have it. Mongolian barbecue.
Thank you, Isha Soy. Mongolian barbecue a la Del Rosario or By the Sea Resort Hotel, or should we say by Ramon Del Rosario, by proxy. Thank you very much. Excellent. Away from the camera, perhaps I'll finish. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you,
thank you.
and thank you, Jelly. As the site of a former U.S. naval base, Olongapo's cuisine bears many American influences. You've got hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, and of course, pizza. We are in the kitchen of Sam's Pizza, one of the city's oldest restaurants. It is also famous and favorite because of its Sam's Pizza. probably the originator of square pizzas here in the country. We are here with the daughter of the man behind the square pizza, Cara Francesca Del Rosario. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us,
And,
Laura.
and thank you for inviting us to your kitchen where we can watch you do this square pizza. How did your father think of?
Why square?
Why square?
Well, everybody's doing round, so my dad said, why not do square? Be different.
Why not be different? So there's no swirling of this thing.
No twirling.
Okay. And usually, what do you put on top of your pizzas?
Well, we have here is actually what we put in our Sam Special, which is what everybody loves here in Olongapo. So we have ham, pepperoni, Italian sausage, bacon, green bell pepper, onions. We also have mushrooms and our cheese blend.
So it's the most popular pizza.
Yes.
Either round or square, it is the most popular pizza here in Olongapo.
Yes.
Okay. Shall we do it?
Okay. So first, we have our sauce,
A special
our
sauce?
special sauce.
Sam's secret sauce.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. And then we place in the middle, and then spread it. So next we'll place our cheese. Next, place our ham. Then pepperoni.
Okay.
Place them in between.
Then,
We have our roasted mushrooms.
okay, that's mushrooms. Healthy.
Little help. We have basil cheese, our Sam special, our manager special. We have Hawaiian, which a lot of Filipinos love.
Yes, of course. And what is the manager's?
Manager special is it has all the meats.
Okay.
And then I added a little more cheese.
More cheese. Okay, that's good. Layering the cheese.
And then Italian sausage.
Okay.
This is also our own recipe.
So you make your own sausage?
Yes.
Oh.
Lastly, we have bacon.
Bacon.
That's it. Now it's ready. So, chef, we can now
Okay.
place it in the oven.
Pre-oven Sam's pizza. How long does it take? 5 minutes. Yes. Oh. Okay. Okay, a little bit of everything. And Italian sausage.
How is it?
It is very good. Now I see why it is Olongapo's favorite pizza. Thank you very much for having us here, and continued good luck with Sam's Special and Sam's Pizza.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street, that heartbreak.
The Gordon family is known for its long history of public service in Olongapo. They are descendants of Jose Tagle, a revolutionary hero known for his exploits against the Spanish in Imus and Bacoor in Cavite. Victorious in both instances, he won the high regard of General Emilio Aguinaldo, who appointed him municipal mayor of Imus. Tagle's daughter Veronica married an American, John Jacob Gordon. One of their children was James Leonard Gordon, who is fondly remembered as the father of Olongapo. His children, Richard and James Jr., have also chosen a life of public service. Philippine National Red Cross Chairman and CEO Richard Gordon was founding chairman and administrator of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and is widely considered as the father of volunteerism in the Philippines. He also served as secretary of the Department of Tourism and later as senator. James Jr., of course, is the city's current mayor. Olongapo City, with members of a family most identified with the place. And we are most thankful that they have made time to be with us this afternoon. Mayor James Gordon, maraming salamat po. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Cecile Gordon Mullen and Barbara Gordon de los Reyes. The Gordons pioneered in fine dining and catering services here in Olongapo. And of course, they are known for their own fine dining. And we are here to ask them, to coach them to share what it is that the late Amelia Gordon cooked for them, or even the late Mayor James. I understand he also cooked some stuff once in a while. But please, tell me about your food experience and later on a little bit about governing Olongapo City.
We grew up in a restaurant. Pero kasi yung bahay namin nasa taas eh.
Opo.
And yung restaurant nandun sa baba. Kitchen. So pag nagising kami, naamoy namin yung pagkain. So, well, we like to taste almost every food in that restaurant or kitchen.
You were the tasters.
Sort of, paminsan pinapatulong ko pag maraming customers, especially American sailors and Marines. At that time, it was the Korean War.
So in the 50s?
In the 50s.
Yes.
At ang katabi pa noon may sine. It was the first theater after the war, Admiral Theater. So yun ang parang video namin noon. Kasi merong walk-in tour for our house, from our house. Okay, so again, may mga pagkain naman doon. Meron kaming ice cream. It was the best ice cream in Olongapo. You know why?
Why?
Because it was the only one. Okay? Yun yung makapuno ice cream.
Was it homemade?
Yes,
It was homemade.
It's homemade.
It was homemade.
But it was really good.
I can imagine.
So, marami kami, ako natikman na pagkain yung Pan-Americano. Ngayon yata yung kanta, Pampa-Americano na eh. So, Pan-Americano yun, nakikita ko. It was a bread na, ewan ko kung meron pa ngayon, hindi ko na nakikita eh. Because it was a bread made especially for the American.
That is why it was called
Pan-Americano. Pan-Americano.
Oh, I see.
Hindi sikat yung pandesal dito sa Olongapo. Meron din pero mas mabenta yung Pan-Americano. Most of the bakeries and restaurants is Pan-Americano. So, of course, yung Admiral Kiosk at that time specialized in 50 pangsit at that time. Okay? Mabenta yung 50 pangsit eh. And steaks.
Steaks and pancit.
Well, para sa mga Amerikano, yung steaks.
What
The restaurant basically catered to a lot of Americans.
Okay.
So flaming steak, flaming chicken, chicken flambe, that's what we called it. For the Filipinos, it was, especially after hours, after working hours at 12 o'clock, they were all gathered there. The pancit would be wrapped in banana leaves at that time, and it really was very good. And that was very popular. It was the famous pancit. Even up to now, people ask me, can you make it like that?
Can you make it?
No, I can't.
And talk about the food of your mother, who must have entertained a lot as First Lady of Olongapo.
Very nice. She was excellent as a host. She hosted a lot of parties from the base, the admirals, the officers. And we were always having parties. And they were very impressive. And she was always out to impress the people on the base. They were very impressed with what she did.
And how did she learn to cook?
They came from a family of very good cooks, actually. So her mother was a very good cook. And then on my father's side, my grandfather knew cooking.
And my father's brothers all had a restaurant of their own.
Isn't that amazing?
I see. That is amazing. So apart from
In the States. They had restaurants in the States. After they left the Philippines, when they were young, at a young age, they opened up their own restaurants in the States.
Fantastic. So governance and cuisine, hand in hand. And of course, with your leave or permission, I'm going to ask your sisters to show us some of these food that you enjoy with your mother's loving hands in her kitchen. And at this point, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
And such an honor and pleasure to be with us. Thank you. Shall we go?
Okay, let's do it.
This is utterly delightful. We are in Olongapo City. We are in the Gordon Memorial Park Pavilion, and we are with two cooking Gordons, Barbara de los Reyes and Cecilia Mullen. They will prepare for us what they cooked or what you ate when you were kids. This is what your mother prepared.
This
and so
is
this is a legacy?
Right. This is a festive fare that it's not. Once in a while we have this.
Okay.
A small party, and it's a delightful looking thing because it's a kind of there's an element of surprise in it. You know, so
We like surprises. But even this way, the fish looks delightful. What sort of fish is this?
what is it?
It's the Maya Maya. It's
This size.
available, yes. It's about 1.5 kilo.
So we'll have the fish and we'll have some veggies as well, prepared already, the spinach. And you will cook? Yes?
Okay.
And you're the bisor.
I will watch.
Okay, okay. Shall we begin then?
Not too much salt. Okay, and then we'll put the pepper
Yan the lemon.
and then the lemon. Right. We'll just rub it with lemon, and then I'll rub it with little garlic.
Okay.
Now the next step is I'm going to put half a cup of water here with the egg, with one egg yolk and a little bit of milk,
Okay.
and then I'm going to while that's spinning. And then I'll leave that here. We'll just batch it up.
So in goes the fish. And we shall wait.
Okay,
Okay?
that's fish on croûte for you, everybody.
All right. And we'll wait till it comes out. While we wait for the fish to cook, Cecile will prepare a spinach dish. You will do it, and again, Bai will supervise.
Okay, first we have this the spinach will melted in butter.
Okay.
And put it's about a little onion. And I'll put some flour.
Directly, just some flour.
And one cup of each.
Wow.
Okay. And then a cup of feta cheese. It's very easy, as you can see.
Put
Put
together.
about a tablespoon of tarragon, chopped tarragon.
Fresh tarragon.
A little bit more milk. Because and then I'll add this one with the eggs,
It's egg and milk.
egg and milk. So this you can serve it like this, okay? But you want to make it a little bit more festive and attractive. And so the next step would be the pillow dough. Okay. I'm going to brush it with butter. It should be melted, but let's say this is melted. Just put it here. This is not quite, but what I'll do is I'll put bits of butter on it. So there it is.
Beautiful.
And then the fish is done, so we can show them.
And this bakes quickly?
About 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Wow!
See look at the little bit of liquid is coming out. That means the fish is done.
We're with this fish in crust with a dough made up to look like a real fish with scales and all. And here's Chef Noli with the spinach in mustard with phyllo pastry on top. So at this point, we would like to thank the Gordons, not only for welcoming us to Olongapo, but sharing with us the precious and treasured dishes of Amelia, the mother. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
As we end this edition of My City, My SM, My Cuisine in Olongapo City, we would like to thank the Gordon family, Mayor James Gordon, Bay Gordon de los Reyes, and Cecile Gordon Mullen. Thank you too to Samuel del Rosario and Cara, to Mr. Ramon del Rosario and Jelly and Maan. To Mr. Mike Ricacho, our thanks as well. They shared with us family stories, favorite recipes, and their secrets to their enduring success. And thank you for joining us in this edition. My City, My SM, My Cuisine is a joint project between SM and the Philippine Star. Join us when we go to Tarlac City for its next edition. Thank you.